Number two is social trust. And you can measure social trust by looking at the amount of time that people are spending together in those communities. Trust, community development happens at the speed of trust, right? Like, so the more time that people spend, the more trusting those relationships can become. The third is collective efficacy. So efficacy being believing you can affect change, and collective efficacy believing in the power of coming together. And you can measure that by looking at whether or not people are investing their gifts and their talents. You're not going to invest your gifts if you don't think it's going to affect change. Why would you? So we can monitor that number over time, and we're looking at that growing consistently. The fourth is looking at attachment to place or civic investment. So if someone says, you know, I love it here, I want to stay here forever, I'm willing to invest, you know, in making this a great place, versus in a community where people just can't wait to get out, you can feel that level of attachment, and it definitely affects whether or not they're willing to invest. And last is a shared dream. We call it community dream, or vision for what is going to change as a result of all of that investment, and then a clear plan of action. So in Hillside, it was keep the children safe. The plan of action were these micro teams that were bringing community members together. Every single community I've worked in, there is this kind of clear thing that you're striving toward. Without that clarity, all these little things never connect. And if they never connect, you don't get momentum. And they don't tend to sustain. So that's a really, really critical part. So those are the 5 things we look at when we're measuring where are we in this process.